This is Maintenance and Manufacturing Insights, hosted by Martin Engster, bringing you straight conversations with the people keeping machines running and production moving.
Hey, welcome back to the show. I'm Martin Engster, and I'm joined today by Nathan Santiago. Nathan, why don't you introduce yourself, where you work, and how people can get a hold of you?
Hey, I'm Nathan Santiago. I work at C&H. I'm a facilities engineer, and I can be in contact with you through LinkedIn.
Awesome. So what exactly do you do for New Holland?
I make sure everything's running in a supportive manner. So I make sure the machines have the electric they need, the air they need, or the gases they need. Also, the welders make sure they have the gas that they need as well, and that the machines are structured and maintained well.
Nice. So when for New Holland, the different stuff that you do, what was one of the, I mean, I'm sure that you've got a preventive maintenance, basically a schedule or sort of sorts. Can you run me through some of those maintenance programs, or what do you guys do at New Holland to make sure that everything is up to, was it up to snuff, how everything is, working in prime condition?
Well, we have a program we use that tracks PMs, and to get that schedule of PMs, we work with the manufacturers to get the OEM specs, but sometimes we run machines 24/7, so their math might not be correct or not valid for us. So then we use our MEs and we kind of calculate basically the idea of when the PM should be done. And we also work on a schedule to maybe turn certain machines off when we need to PM them or not add workloads to them. I
So
think
you're the
that,
one that manages all this. I mean, you're the one who manages what, whenever a machine goes down or when a machine needs to be put basically at rest so that way it can get the PM done. Do you guys have all the special tools and all that stuff that goes along with each machine, or how do you guys usually run those?
I'm not directly in charge of it. Indirectly, I would support if they need the support. That would actually be the maintenance supervisor covers that. I'm more on the energy side. So like if there's gas issue, electric issue, or a hydraulic issue,
Okay.
or a compressor issue, that would be me. What we do with the tools is we're working on a process where if a certain machine goes down with for certain things all the time, we make sure those tools, those special tools are assigned to that machine and in the area so that it can be fixed quick. Some of it could be with PMs. If it's a constant filter that needs to be changed, well, those tools must be in that area so that they don't have to walk all around looking for their toolbox. We also have a cage that is next to the most critical machines for the whole plant so that when they go down, they have the spare parts right there within 25 feet so
Oh,
that they
wow.
can fix it immediately.
So I'm guessing that, I mean, I'm assuming that New Holland, I mean, you're a large facility. You're not just talking about a small shed somewhere. I mean, this is a large company that's been around for many, many years.
Yeah, this company's been around for 131 years. Put
Wow.
that in perspective, America's only 250 years old.
Amazing.
And I'm in charge of the manufacturing part of the campus, which is three buildings. We have the main building,
Of
which is made up of multiple buildings. Over the years, they added more buildings. And
course. I
then
mean,
we got the warehouse, which is up top. We call that on the hill, building on the hill. And then we have another building, which is shipping, which over the years they added to it. And that also has assembly lines in there as well. So I oversee all that when it comes to facilities. But the campus itself is even bigger. We have a research development, we have administration on here on site. We also have a technical building, a training building, and we also have a farm and a test track.
So, I mean, do you know offhand how many employees you got at your particular facility there?
When it comes to the manufacturing, we have over 400 employees.
Wow. I mean, that's a chunk. And yeah, like you were saying, I mean, that there's always the idea of preventative maintenance, and then there's that idea of reactive maintenance. So the majority of the time, everybody has the idea of, I want preventative maintenance, but all we basically do is reactive maintenance. In other words, something breaks down and then we fix it, not a, hey, how can we prevent this from happening? From the sound of what you were saying, I mean, just having the specialty tools nearby each machine or having backups for each machine, I mean, that is that's a heck of a program for maintenance for sure to keep ahead of the game instead of always chasing after it.
Right. And I think in the future, I mean, you could do it now too. You could add particular sensors that would give you feedback maybe on frequency or cycle time. Hey, this component is about to go, and you could replace it sooner than later.
Right.
Um, our company's kind of working on that. A lot of the newer equipment they buy, it automatically comes with those sensors.
Right. Right.
But uh, I don't know if I already addressed it, but I work for another job on the weekends, and a lot of their equipment, they actually added maybe certain magnets that it reads a rotation, so it can
Right.
tell that part's going to go bad after 20,000 cycles. And
Right.
then they would order the part ahead of time and be ready to replace it.
I mean, again, that's definitely preventative. That's planning ahead instead of always reacting to the situation. I mean, usually what happens when you react to a situation, panic comes out and everybody freaks out and it's like, uh-oh, what am I going to do here? What's going on there? So, being ahead of the ball is definitely always the best thing to do. I mean, there's no question about it. What kind of issues have you run into at your company that has been a reoccurring thing, logistical thing, maintenance thing, production thing, that you've run into that gets frustrating and that you've helped maybe solve or helped alleviate?
I think a couple things, we'll start with logistics, is that there was a time where we were losing about 2 hours per laser, and we have four lasers. We have more now. Uh, this was happening when we had four lasers. So 2 hour downtime per laser per week is 10. And then out of the whole year, 52, that would be 520 hours. And if you times that by four, which that's a significant amount of
Yeah.
downtime, we uh, we eventually made an adjustment where we found out that it was the process of the material handlers taking the dumb parts and then going all the way across the shop to put them away and not giving us empty bins. So then we changed it, whereas when they
Huh.
take the dumb parts, they have to put empty bins back on,
Right.
and that saved us that downtime. But that also promoted another issue. It caused a ripple effect where originally we had to count for how many bins we needed and how many supers we needed. But when
Right.
we fixed that 2 hour downtime across all lasers, we ended up running out of bins. We ended up running out of supers. And the leadership team from the beginning couldn't figure out, well, how are we running out of bins all of a suddenly?
Yeah. One for one. Okay.
So then eventually it came to the point where we had to track it, collect data, and then we got more bins. So
Makes sense.
that
I mean,
was
yeah, if you're switching out more and again, I mean, you're doing the 520 hours of the machines not running. If they're not running, you're not producing. So yeah, I could see that ripple effect just kind of, it's a buildup basically,
right.
and it just kind of, compiles, stacks on top of each other, and then all of a sudden you're without bins.
Yeah, and that happened. And then I guess you could say on a facility aspect of things, we had some pretty bad storms, and it really exposed the roof leaking, even though the roof was being fixed when leaks were brought to our attention. But I think what happened was you fix one leak, so when it rains, the water finds a different path.
Correct. Least
So,
resistance.
yep. So then we we were having 4 inches of water in the plant, and that prevented production from flowing because the logistics couldn't get the assembly kit carts to the line because there was water in the way. So to fix that, as a quick fix, we put up umbrellas to control where the water was being dumped. And then the very next day, we had emergency patches put on the roof. And since then, the roof has been patched.
Good. All right. Yeah, you got to, I mean, it don't matter what the scenario is. If something's broke or if something ain't quite working right, somehow it has got to get fixed. I mean,
Yep.
just is what it is. So what do you do for a hobby? What do you do on the side? What's your little, what do you enjoy doing outside of work?
Spending time with my family, building them up, seeing them grow, perfecting their trade, whichever that may be. Playing soccer on travel teams or acting and directing, kind of getting them ready for the future.
That's a parent's job, I believe. I think that
Yeah,
our job is not to be their best friend or their friend at times. It is to make sure that they are ready for whatever lies ahead, whatever the world will throw at them. So
yeah,
that was definitely how I went about raising my son, was, just making sure that I felt confident enough that he could take care of himself when I'm not around. I mean, that time will come, hopefully many, many years from now, but the time will come.
that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, hey, I really appreciate you taking the time and chatting with me today and talking about your maintenance and talking about New Holland and what you do. I really do appreciate it. And again, if you want to get a hold of Nathan, the best way to do that is via LinkedIn. And other than that, thanks again, Nathan, for joining me and being on the show.
Thank you.
Hey, take care.
Thanks for listening to Maintenance and Manufacturing Insights with Martin Engster. Want to be featured on the show? Head over to maintenancemanufacturinginsights.com/guest to apply and share your story with the industry.